Hello and welcome to Rathods Science Academy. Today in this session we are going to see current affairs of 16th December 2024. So let's get started with our discussion. Okay, let us see the first article. See the title, guys. Carcasses of olive ridley turtles continue to wash ashore in Jalvahak. So what is the keyword? Olive ridley turtles. So what is the meaning of this carcass? Okay, so it is dead body. So this article is saying that dead bodies of olive ridley turtles, they are washing onto the shore. Okay, so tell me what might be the impact. So what is causing the deaths of these olive ridley turtles? Okay, first of all, tell me from which subject we can see this. From GS paper 3 under environment and ecology. So what are the things that you have to see is, first of all, some basic facts regarding this olive ridley turtles. Like some important features of this, why the name olive ridley is given to this turtle, and you have to see habitat, like where they will present, and next one is you have to see protection status, and you have to see one more important thing, what are the threats of these turtles. And regarding this turtle, you have to know about one important term, aribada. So what is this meaning of aribada? Do you know? Aribada. So one key specialty of this olive ridley is they will go for mass breeding. So lakhs of turtles, they will be coming to the shore, especially during this season for this breeding, and this mass breeding is called as aribada. Okay, so here you can get a question like, recently aribada is seen in news. It is related to which of the following organism, or like what exactly is the meaning of aribada. So from that way also you will be getting question in your prelims. And next one is you have to see the present context. So now mass breeding season had been started, but they are facing one threat, there is death. So now tell me what might be the causes for this death of this olive ridley turtles. Okay, climate change, next. Pollution, next. So they are aquatic animals, right? So what is the problem of these aquatic animals? Whenever we are going for fishing, yes, overfishing, especially whenever they are using trawlers and heavy nets, especially fishermen, if their net is get spoiled, so they will be throwing that net into the water, so that what happens, it will be tying to the neck or tying to the legs or anything that will cause the death. So actually this article which mainly highlighted about these trawlers and as well as pollution, these are the two important reasons that are contributing for the death of these turtles now. Okay, so now let us see the key important things. So apart from that, especially during this mass nesting or mass breeding of these animals, government will be taking some steps. So what might be the steps can be taken by the government to provide protection or the conservation of this olive ridley turtles? Environment. What steps can be taken? Do you know about this blue flag certification program? So what is this blue flag certification program? Is it an initiative of India? Which country started this blue flag certification program? Not Japan. Okay, do we have this blue flag certified beaches in our country? Yes. How many? How many blue flag certified beaches in our India? So just go through this blue flag certification today. You have to see which is the country that started. Which country started the certification. You have to see number of beaches in our country and what is the criteria to be met to get that certificate. So these three things are very, very important. Okay, so tell me, what are the steps can be taken by the government for protection of this olive ridley turtles during this mass nesting? Tell me. So what are the steps can be taken? Yes, very good. Reducing of anthropogenic activities. Can you tell me examples for that? Okay, controlling of poaching. Very good. Next. Next. Can we limit fishing at that time at least? Limiting fishing during that period. Next. Yes, only particular period. During this winter period only they will come. Okay, that too, lakhs of turtles at a single beach. Yes, we have to control illegal sand mining. Next. Yeah. Can we focus on community awareness and community participation? Community awareness and community participation. Come on, next. Come on, come on. These are the areas that you have to see. What can be done further? Can government provide some artificial, okay, artificial habitats for a limited period? Next. Can we go for cleaning of beaches? So last year they did this program, cleaning of beaches during this time period, so that they will attract more number of olive ridley turtles to the shore. Okay, let us see this article. So what exactly it is saying. So catches of olive ridley turtles are washing ashore in Visakhapatnam during their breeding season, and most of them found dead. Okay, and especially environmental activists or environmental experts, they are saying that these are the deaths because of one important reason, that is marine pollution, and next one is trawling activities. It's nothing but using of heavy trawlers for fishing. So first one is marine pollution, second one is trawling activities. So because of this, to address this problem, now AP Forest Department established artificial hatcheries. So by providing these artificial hatcheries, they are trying to provide some conservation and they are trying to provide some proper environment for this breeding. So after the breeding, they will be going back with their little ones into the water. Okay, let us see the key points that you have to remember. The first one is olive ridley turtles. They come closer to the shore during their breeding season, making them more susceptible to dangers. So because of this, we have to focus on increased awareness about the season to the people, especially fishermen, and even we have to provide some protective measures for this species in this critical period of time, especially in this winter season. This is a breeding season for that olive ridley turtles. And this one here is majority of these turtle deaths, they are linked to marine pollution. So can you tell me some causes of this marine pollution? Okay, plastic, next. Industrial waste, next. Okay, sewage, next. Next, what are the reasons for this marine pollution? Can I say oil spills? Next. Pollution is caused by oil spill, sewage, industrial waste, plastic. Ballistic water. Can I add this? What is this ballistic water? Ballast water. Okay, ballast water. Okay. Invasive species and also some chemicals from that region can be transported to another region because of this ballast water. Next, Is there any convention for this ballast water which is in news? I said to add in your environment notes. What is that convention is about? Rashmita, you added in your notes. What is that convention? Very good. Okay, next one here is the second important problem they said is trawlers. So heavy fishing vessels, particularly during trawling, they pose a significant threat to these turtles. So we need to have at least some stricter regulations, and we can use some alternate fishing methods during this breeding season. And next one is government need to take some conservation efforts. So now AP State Forest Department is providing some artificial hatcheries. And next one here is we have to focus on community education and community awareness. And next one here is we have to focus on providing a proper ecosystem because everything is interconnected. So if you are not saving this animal species now, it will be having impact on overall aquatic biodiversity. So for that, we have to maintain the health of each and every single species of our biodiversity because every organism have its own important role. So see some facts regarding this olive ridley turtles. They are smallest and most abundant of all sea turtle. So what is the difference between tortoise and turtle? There is a difference. Is tortoise and turtle same? No. What is the difference? Where they live, where tortoise live and where turtle live? Turtle lives in water. Do it need legs? No, it will be having fins like that is webbed toes. But in tortoise, it will be living on land, so it need leg. So the basic difference here is there is no legs in turtle. Legs are present in tortoise, and tortoise will be living on land, and turtle will be living in sea. Okay, it is the smallest and most abundant of all sea turtles they are found in the water, and actually the name olive redly because of the shell of that turtle will be in this olive color. Okay, so because of this it got that name, and it is best known for unique mass nesting. It is called as aribada. So where thousands of the females they will come together on the same beach and they will lay eggs and they will go back. So after this eggs hatches, the little ones will be also going into the water. And next one here is they are mainly found in warm waters of Pacific, Atlantic and as well as Indian Ocean. And especially Odisha's Gahirmata Marine Sanctuary is the one of the world's largest rookery, that is a colony of breeding animals of sea turtles. You have to remember this Gahirmata Marine Sanctuary. And what are the features? Normally it is 60 to 70 centimeters in length and the weight here is 35 to 40 kgs. Next one here is it will be having paddle like flippers instead of legs, which is present in the tortoise. Okay, that is the thing. And next one here is you have to see this conservation status. They are vulnerable in IUCN Red List and they are listed in the Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act and under Appendix 1 under sites. So you may get questions from these also. Consider the following statements regarding olive ridley turtles and they will give vulnerable, critically endangered like that. And see this article committed to eliminating naxalism in Chhattisgarh by 2026 says Amit Shah. So what is the keyword here? Naxalism. So what is this naxalism concept is about? Naxalism is? It is against government, right? So where this naxalism started in India, in which area? Naxalbari. Okay, Naxalbari district. So because of this the name given is naxalism. And what are the important reasons for this naxalism? Important reasons. Okay, actually this article is saying that we want to eliminate Naxalism in Chhattisgarh by 2026. So can you tell me what are the steps taken by government for eliminating of this Naxalism in the recent past? Okay, rehabilitation. Next, developmental activities. Can you give me examples? Road development, schools, infrastructure, health, and even increasing of telecommunications network. Okay, next. Another important programs. Naxalism. Many a times we had discussions in our current affairs class. Now tell me. So what are the steps taken by the government? Naxalism, internal security had not done it, right? Yes, ma'am. Very good. Mm. So even though I discussed number of times in current affairs classes, tell me what are the measures taken? So can you tell me any operation in the recent past? Operation? Uh, uh, Recently, I think 1 week back. Operation? At least can you remember that recently government launched lot of operations in this Chhattisgarh. Many people they died. Uh, what is the Samadhan? Okay, tell me like which are the police forces or against Naxalism in AP? Okay, tell me about even Red Corridor. Which are the states involved in this Red Corridor? Uh, AP, Telangana, West Bengal, Odisha. So states are also contributing to eliminate this Naxalism. Will you accept it or not? So tell me about the police forces which are dealing with this anti-Naxal operations in AP. AP, Ednaru. AP guys, tell me. Police forces operate in this anti-Naxal Greyhounds? Yes, ma'am. Greyhounds. So like that, different states also having their own anti-Naxal operations. So see that once. Today I will give question on this so that you will at least do some research. Yeah, see here, Morocco welcomes Indian defense companies to set up production units. What is the country which is given? Morocco. In which continent? Africa. Which part of Africa? North Africa. Do it have the boundary with sea? Maritime boundary? Yes? Okay. Okay. What are these maritime boundaries? With which oceans and seas? Mediterranean Sea. What about Atlantic Ocean? Do it have this? Yes, Atlantic and Mediterranean Sea. Okay. So here this article is saying that India is going to start defense company in Morocco. So how it will be advantage for India? Okay. So in Morocco, India going to provide. So India-Morocco relations, and we are going to have defense cooperation between these two countries. So what is India's interest? Are you getting my question? So what is the interest of India here? So here it is located, Morocco. Here we have Mediterranean Sea and here we have Atlantic Ocean. Now tell me, see this geography of this country and tell me what might be the advantages for India. Come on, think. Okay, first one is trade. Next. Come on, tell me, tell me. Think something and tell me. Okay, so we can increase our influence in Mediterranean Sea and as well as Atlantic Ocean. So what is the importance of Mediterranean Sea in the recent past? Okay, most of the trade. Okay, I wrote that point, trade. Next. That means here we have, what is this continent? Europe. So if we are increasing our influence in this region, then what happened? We can also slowly spread our influence in Europe. That means, can I say indirectly it is useful for IMEC? Next. International North-South Transport Corridor. Yes. Next. Come on, think in that way. International North-South Transport Corridor. Next. Come on. So recently India is also exporting our defense equipments like BrahMos, Whenever we are establishing our unit in Morocco, can we also increase our defense exports in this Africa? Yes. Next, what happens if you are increasing that? Can we counter China? Next, come on, think in this way. Everything is interconnected. If you pull one thing, everything will come outside. Come on, think something beyond. So recently with Nigeria also we are improving our relations, right? So what is Nigeria? They are largest democratic in this West Asian region, and even it is a good influencer in African Union. So is that happens if you're having only good relations with one country? No. So this is also part of Northwest, right? So here that is also improve our India-African Union relations further. Next, can it contribute to our economy? Yes, economic growth will happen in this defense sector. And next, and one more important point you have to remember is India till now is defense importer, but now we get the status of defense exporter. That means we are in a pace of reaching our target of developed country by 2047. And even India is leader of global south. Okay, so this Africa is also part of global south. So for that also India is showcasing its soft power in this countries. Okay, so all these are the advantages of this just one defense partnership between India and Morocco. Clear? And even we can control terrorism also. Okay, so from which subject you can see this? International relations from GS paper. To apart from that, defense technology comes under your science and technology. Next, economy, GS paper 3. And even geography from your map point of view. So Morocco is positioning itself as a key partner for Indian defense companies, and we want to expand it into Africa and as well as Europe. So this is the first step that we are taking so that we can establish our defense industries in the different countries so that we can showcase our power in defense as well. And during this India-Morocco Defense Industry Seminar at Rabat, so Moroccan officials they highlighted that an investor-friendly environment they are going to provide to India for establishment of industries and zero bureaucracy, and as well as we can provide some strategic alliances so that we are going to have the partnership with Tata Group of local production of defense vehicles. The important aim it is to enhance the bilateral relations, and even that will be developing Morocco's defense industry, and that will be also helpful for developing joint ventures between India and Morocco, and as well as technology sharing between India and Morocco. Okay, so why Morocco is important? Because of geographical locations of this Morocco, because it is having boundary with Mediterranean Sea and as well as Atlantic Ocean. So it will be also helpful for facilitating access of African and as well as European markets. So this will provide a very unique opportunity for our Indian defense firms to leverage Morocco's infrastructure and to have more trade agreements with these African countries. And next one here is Moroccan government is also keen to promote defense manufacturing. Because of that, they are providing some zero bureaucracy approach so that it will be reducing entry barriers for Indian companies into Moroccan country. And next one here is because of this agreement, it will be also improving our bilateral relations, bilateral trust between India and Morocco so that we can have more collaborative projects in even future. Okay, so that is the thing. So here we have Morocco. So this is Mediterranean Sea and this part is Morocco, and here we have access to both Mediterranean Sea and as well as Atlantic Ocean, and it's very much near to this Europe. Okay, see this article, Center launch Jalvahak scheme for cargo movement via inland waterways. Now tell me what are the keywords here? Okay, Jalvahak scheme is one keyword, next one is inland waterways. So first let us talk about this inland waterways. What is this inland waterways? Inland means, okay. Okay, so what are the rivers which are present in our country? So in that rivers we have waterways, they are called as inland waterways. Okay, tell me about the means of transport systems in our country. Means of transport, we have roadways. Okay. roadways, airways, waterways. Next, railways, pipelines, and now new type, that is ropeways. So now we are talking about waterways. So tell me about what are the advantages of this waterways over other means of transport. Okay, cheap. Next, cheap. Apart from that, cheap. Okay, so bulk transport can be made. Next. Okay, we can control pollution to some extent. Next. Uh, water pollution. Next. Next, what are the advantages? Okay, now tell me what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages. Oil spills. Okay, next. So the water always available? Uh, Seasonal nature of water in some areas, especially in peninsula. Next. Sedimentation. Is that a problem? So water will be moving, so it have tendency to carry something. So sedimentation. Sometimes we have floods. So during that flood times, we can't go for this inland transport system. Next. I'm talking about inland. I'm not talking about external. Next. Okay. So can you tell me how many waterways are there in India? That are national waterways. National waterways in India. Geography is done. Environment is done. Tell me. Waterway 1. Where? In which river? Ganga. Waterway 2. Brahmaputra. Waterway 3. Waterway 4. Tell us. Do work on this. So see national waterways in India. So first question is how many national waterways are there in India? And second one is how many are operational? How many are operational is very important and you may get question for sure this area. Don't blame me if you are not answering that question after prelims is done. I am pretty much sure about this question. Okay, how many national waterways are present? And you have to see in which river system they are present and you have to see how many are operational now. 111 waterways. Okay, so this article is saying that government is launching a new scheme that is called as Jalvahak scheme, especially to boost cargo movement in inland waterways. So what is the meaning of Jal? Jal means water. Vahak means vehicle in water. So remember like that. So Jalvahak scheme is about inland waterways. And this article is important from your GS paper 2 under governance and even GS paper 1 and GS paper 3. Okay, now let us see what is the scheme is all about. So Indian government launched a Jalvahak scheme to enhance long haul cargo transport via inland and they are mentioning only 3 national waterways here, 2, 1, 2 and 16. 1 is in river Ganga and 2 is in river Brahmaputra and 16 is in Hooghly river. Okay, so you have to remember these 3 waterways. So they are saying that this scheme is applicable for 1 to 16 and there may be chance of asking other national waterways and in which river system they are present. So there is a very high chance of getting question, guys. Okay. And Union Minister said that cargo vessels they want to go for a fixed schedule service and they are focusing on decongesting of railways and roadways. So actually the most important transport system that we will be using is roadways and as well as railways for transporting of cargo. That means that will leads to increasing of traffic, right? So to decreasing of traffic and to decrease the burden on this railways and roadways, you are coming up with this kind of waterways. And this scheme will provide 35% of reimbursement on operational cost. and they want to improve supply chain efficiency, and the validity of this scheme here is 3 years of validity. Okay, so here the first one is they are providing 35% of reimbursement on operating cost. So it will be like a significant motivator for cargo owners to consider now waterways as a means of transport. And next one here is infrastructure development. So because of this fixed schedule services which they are going to provide, they will be also boosting infrastructure in this waterways, so that that will be helpful for boosting up of regional economic growth and as well as connectivity. And even we can increase our trade efficiency if you are going for this inland waterways. And even as we all know that waterways is releasing amount of pollution less compared to the railways and as well as roadways. So we can also focus on improving of our environment as well. And even whenever we are utilizing this government operated vehicles, so that we can ensure efficiency even in this trade, and as well as we can ensure like uh, timely transportation of this cargo as well, so that we can save time and as well as we can increase our supply chain efficiencies. Okay, that is the thing. And see here there are some 13 national waterways, they are operational now. So first one is national water 1, that is in Ganga, and national waterway 2, that is in Brahmaputra, and here we have Hooghly, and here we have Sundarbans waterways. Okay, see this national way 4 here is Krishna, and national way 3 here. Okay, so see this ones in which river which national way is present, and you have to by heart this chart. And what are the challenges in these waterways? The first one is maintenance is very difficult because moving water will be having tendency to bring sediments. So because of that, that will leads to decreasing of capacity of river in the water. So we have to go for frequent dredging. That is nothing but removal of silt and sediments. And next one here is developing of this waterways will be also having some environmental concerns, like sometimes the coast will be get eroded, or coastal erosion is one of the important environmental concern. And this one here is we don't know like how this monsoon will, so we don't know like when this El Nino will be there or La Nina will be there. So because of that we can't expect how much level of water will be maintained in the dams and as well as released into this rivers. So because of this flood management will be becoming very difficult. So if there is floods we can't go for inland waterways. And this one is we are also going for interlinking of rivers, right? So can you tell me some examples of interlinking of river projects in India? Kin Betwa, next. At least tell me how many water linking projects. Godavari, Krishna. Next. Kaveri, nearby river. Uh, so tell me how many river interlinking projects are there in India? Geography is done. Division part is left. How many river interlinking projects are there in India? I am covering maximum of your static syllabus here. Tell me. Okay, because of this interlinking of rivers also we can't maintain proper water availability in this river. So it will be also one cause of concern in future. And see here, India's from former attempts at mineral diplomacy. So what is this article is about? At least any guess? It is talking about something regarding minerals. Can you tell me exactly which minerals it is talking about? Critical minerals. What is this critical minerals? Which are very important for? Okay, semiconductors next. Can you give me some examples of these critical minerals? Cobalt, germanium, gallium, antimony, lithium. Okay, so they are very important for the development of a country. So earlier I think I gave you mains question also on this critical minerals, right? How many of you wrote that? Long ago, ma'am. Okay, so actually this article is saying that India is strengthening its mineral diplomacy and we are trying to enhance manufacturing capabilities by securing critical minerals like lithium and cobalt. Actually this article is saying about lithium and cobalt. So actually India is dependent on China for this materials like this critical minerals. So whenever we are depending on a single country for getting of this minerals, is it viable for a country? No. That will lead to trade monopoly, right? Trade war. Okay. So here India wants to diverse its supply chain so that we will be getting proper critical minerals from different countries, so that we will be not only dependent on a single country, so that we can improve our manufacturing. That will finally leads to economic growth of a country. So actually this article is saying that we are heavily dependent on imports, especially from China. So because of this, India wants to establish joint venture with resource rich countries and engage in multilateral partnership. So see here, this article is saying about critical minerals like lithium. So what is this lithium triangle? Argentina, Chile, Bolivia. So these are the countries which are very huge producers of lithium. Okay. So do we have any agreement with these countries regarding lithium? With lithium triangle countries, do we have any agreement in the recent past? Yes or no? Yes or no? And actually government came up with a key initiative called as Kabil, that is Khanij Bidesh India Limited, and we are going for collaboration with different countries like Australia and Argentina. We are going to have collaboration with this Australia and Argentina to get this lithium and cobalt. So now tell me, what is the advantage of this Kabil when we are having collaboration with Australia and Argentina? Okay, manufacturing will be increased and supply chain will be enhanced. Next, we will be decreasing our reliance on China. And next one is, next, any more advantages? So what about semiconductors? Do we produce semiconductors in India? So what is the problem in semiconductor industries of India? Can you address those problems? Next, economic activity will be increased or decreased? Employment, economic growth increases. So all these are the advantages of this Kabil. So first one is we can enhance manufacturing ambitions. So we can secure critical minerals. India aims to boost our manufacturing capabilities. That will be crucial for our economic growth and as well as technological advancements. And this one here is because of this establishment of Kabil. So whenever we are having collaboration with the different countries, so we can have international agreements and we can also reduce dependence on only one country, that is China here, and we can ensure stable supply chain for critical minerals. And next one here is even we can come up with a joint venture with Kazakhstan also, because it is also one important region which is very much rich in mineral resources. So whenever we are having collaboration with these mineral rich countries, that will be helpful for strengthening of our geopolitical ties as well. Okay, so that is a thing, nothing more than that. Just see about the critical mineral mission of India. So India launched this critical mineral mission to reduce India's dependence on imports for essential minerals. Especially these critical minerals are very important for our green energy technology. That is, when we want to shift towards here solar energy, we need solar panels. So for that, this critical minerals are very important. And not only energy transition, but even battery manufacturing, semiconductors, electronic industry also, it is very important. So whenever we are having this kind of mission, so we can expand our domestic production and even we can recycle our critical minerals and even we can have overseas acquisition of assets also. Okay, so this is the thing that you have to remember. So these are the important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this, I'm concluding. Thank you so much guys for watching, and please do like this class and share this class to your friends. And one more thing is, if you want to take the foundation course for 2026, so the new batch is going to be started from January itself. So admissions are open and you can contact us on the number which is given on the screen. Thank you so much guys for watching.